Hi there, I'm Jennifer from my-colorado-kitchen.com, where I bring from scratch recipes straight from my Colorado kitchen to yours. Today we are going to be making some chicken spaghetti. So spaghetti is a favorite of my kiddos. They love spaghetti. My husband, on the other hand, is not a huge fan of the red sauce, so your traditional spaghetti. So I created this chicken spaghetti to help balance the love of spaghetti from my kiddos and the not quite so much of a fan of the red sauce with my husband. So the chicken spaghetti is gonna have some good protein. It has no heavy sauce, so we're not using any cream in here, any milk. We're just going to lightly season our spaghetti. We're gonna use the pasta water to bring it all together and give it that nice little creamy texture without having actual cream to make a heavy sauce in it. Let's get started. The first thing we need to do is we need to get a big pot. We need to fill it with water so we can boil our spaghetti. We need to get that boiling and we need to salt it. So it needs to taste like the ocean. So we're gonna add some salt to my pot that's on the stove. While that water is boiling, we need to cook our chicken. So we use 1 pound of chicken breast. I prefer to buy organic chicken. And we're going to use 2 tablespoons of butter in that skillet. So you'll heat up that skillet. I recommend that you use a 12-inch cast iron skillet for this, is because we are going to be putting the noodles in with our chicken after the chicken's cooked, and then we're going to be mixing this whole dish together. So I would get a big skillet. If you don't have a cast iron, that's completely fine. You use your biggest, tallest skillet that you have to cook the chicken, because we want those browned bits that are going to be left in that chicken to incorporate into our noodles, into our sauce, and that way it'll add even more flavor to our whole dish. So once your skillet is heated, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter to it. Once that butter is melted, then we're going to add our chicken breast to our pan. Then we're going to add salt and pepper to our chicken breast. This is up to you on how much salt and pepper you want to add to your chicken breast. I personally love a lot of salt, but I know some people do not. So it's up to you on how much salt and pepper you add to those chicken breasts. With the chicken breasts, we are just going to sear them on each side, so they'll still be raw in the middle, and then we're going to cut them on our cutting board into 1-inch chunks, and we'll return them to the pan. I love this method of cooking chicken breasts because it sears in those juices, and then when you cut it, you get that nice caramelized edge on every single piece. So you get the best of both worlds when you're cooking chicken breasts this way. Okay, and once our water is boiling, then we need to add in our pasta. So I'm just using a package. So this is a 17-ounce package of organic pasta. And I like to use the organic pasta because then I know the wheat hasn't been sprayed with any chemicals. And I honestly think it just tastes a lot better. So I use 1 package of organic pasta. Mine is 17 ounces. We'll add that to our pot of boiling water. You're just going to cook that according to the package directions. And once the chicken has been seared on both sides, then we're going to remove it from the pan and we're going to put it on our cutting board, and then we're going to chop it up into the 1-inch pieces. Once we have the chicken on our cutting board, we are just going to chop it up into those 1-inch pieces. You can see that the chicken is still raw inside, which is great. That's exactly what we want, but it will still retain all those juices. You don't have to be super picky about how you cut this. It's all up to you as to exactly the size that you want to cut the chicken. Once we have that chicken cut, we are going to add it back into that same pan. We're gonna let that chicken cook and let it sear on all of those sides to get it nice and golden brown all around the edges, get that nice caramelized flavor that we love on chicken. Besides the package directions, one of the ways I can tell when pasta is done is that if it sticks on my pasta ladle and it won't fall off of it, then it's not quite done yet. I always can tell when the pasta is sufficiently done when I pick it up out of the water and then the pasta will fall off of it. Just before your pasta is done, you need to reserve at least 1 cup of pasta water because we're going to add that to the sauce. That starch water is going to become part of our base of our sauce and make everything a little bit creamier and stick together, and oh my goodness, it adds so much to it. So make sure you don't forget to get that pasta water. So I'm just gonna take my glass measuring cup, I'm going to dip it right in the water and we'll pull out about 1 cup of that water. When our pasta is done, we're going to strain it, and we're just gonna set that aside while our chicken finishes cooking. You've probably heard it before, but I'll say it again, do not rinse your pasta. There's no need to do that. Once your chicken is cooked through, then we're going to turn that burner down to low, and we're going to add back in that pasta that we just drained. Next, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of the butter. Then we will add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We'll add a ½ teaspoon of garlic powder. You'll add the 1 cup of the reserved pasta water. Next, we're gonna take our tongs and we're going to wanna mix that all together. You'll add salt and pepper to taste. And then you're going to let that sauce, that pasta water, the butter, the olive oil, you're going to let all those flavors meld, and you're going to let it just thicken just a bit until it coats all of those noodles. And once that sauce has become a little bit more thick, then you are ready to eat it. So I would just say plate it, put some Parmesan cheese on top as much as you want, and enjoy. I hope you guys really like this chicken spaghetti. It's pretty light, especially for a pasta dish. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did love this recipe and you want some more easy meals that are made from scratch with using real ingredients, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and then hit the subscribe button. I post new whole food recipes every week, so make sure you turn on that bell so you never miss one. And then also check out my website at my-colorado-kitchen.com. You get the full printable recipe there. And then let me know in the comments, what's your favorite from scratch comfort food? I'd really love to hear from you. From my kitchen to yours, happy cooking!